Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Last time we were doing some Android specific development. We were able to get a win, which you could see on the screen, and we were able to get usage time to show. Um, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's total usage time, and so we need to work on fixing that. So today, we're going to be working with the UsageStats class in the Android platform, and we're going to try to see if we can get all the data that we need and print it out the way that we want it. And yeah, hopefully it'll go well. All right, yeah, I was just thinking, I was just making sure that I didn't have anything else to say for you guys. I'm just gonna get started. If you didn't watch the last video, which has pretty much where we're gonna leave off, then make sure to watch that first, and then come back to this one to make sure that you get all of the information that you need to understand what exactly is going on, and also just to learn more. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joemer. I am a Google software engineer, and on this channel, I like to share my life after work. So uh, I am coding my productivity mobile app today, completely unrelated to Google, and more of a passion of mine since I love productivity. I love trying to help other people out, and hopefully this productivity mobile app will help you out. Um, and so the idea again is to block apps that are distracting people in a style that I love. And so the UI mocks are kind of still going and still being worked out. But right now we are working on taking the usage stats and making sure that we get the daily usage time or weekly usage time, probably daily, and we want to record that and reset it every single day, or try to do something along those lines. So uh, we're gonna start by changing the time to a time metric that is more accurate. So right now it's in milliseconds, and I think I want to do hours. Maybe milliseconds is good to keep, and then we can convert it in Flutter. But yeah, we just have to give it some thought here, and hopefully we can come up with something cool. So I'm gonna leave this as milliseconds for now since this is working. And the first thing that I want to do is, this obviously is a good way to like using the get usage stats means that we don't have to have two different methods, one to get the app list and one to get the usage stats. We can just use the usage stats and we can grab that information. On top of that, what I also noticed was when I was doing this and I typed package stats, there was also a way to load the icon if I wasn't hallucinating. Maybe I was hallucinating. Oh shoot. Maybe it was app info? Might be app info. Uh, yeah, here it is. Load icon or load logo. So we can go ahead, retrieve the current graphical logo, and we have to figure out how we can pass a logo, like how to get an app logo from Android in Flutter. And this becomes one of the harder things to do uh, when you start Googling something that's very nuanced. Not everybody gets app icons from an app list. From app list, and we'll try Flutter. See how that works. I see a purple link that I already saw. All right, people seem to, okay, app index icon, application with icon. How exactly do I send, I definitely have to retrieve a map back. So we should start by doing that. Let's start by um creating a map. And the way we can get a map is by maybe going back to what we did here, or what this person did, and seeing how they created a map. Okay, they just did an array, which is fine. And we will do an array as well. Convert that. Val map, array map. What's the difference between val and var in Kotlin? Difference between val and var in Kotlin. Val is used to determine immutable variables, and var is, oh, okay. Learn something new every day, so this should be a var, right? Yes, because it is mutable. And we want string and usage stats. We don't want that. We want string and string, I think. Is there a way to do string and dynamic? Dynamic. Uh, Trying to figure out how to make a dynamic map in Kotlin. Mutable map any. All right, so I guess any works. What's the question mark for? I wonder. What's the question mark in any mean? Okay, nullable. It's a nullable object. All right, that sounds good to me. And here, let's do, we can keep this logic since it doesn't hurt anything. We can do, let's see, if the map, okay, the map always gets pre-exists, like the map doesn't pre-exist, so we don't have to worry about this old logic that we have in comments here where it checks if it's null, I think. Yes, because we're not going to get the same thing, I think. So we could just do map put, and we can do, label, or we can do app name. Well, what do I want? Do I want to do a list of, I want to do, I don't know how I want to structure this actually, because I know that I need to pass images, and that's the reason why I'm having an issue right now. I think this is incorrect because device apps is I'm pretty sure device apps is yeah, it's a Flutter package. But you know what we can do? This is only for Android, which works for us in this case. Obviously, I'm not going to copy it because I want to get used to knowing how to modify it. And if we use this Flutter package, then we won't be able to manipulate it. So I want to go into the Android directory and let's see if we can see how exactly they pass back an icon here. Okay, so this is get installed apps, perfect. Include app icon, let's see where it's highlighted, fetch installed app, and we'll go to the definition, fetch install app, get installed app, and this is installed units, that's fine. Okay, list map string object. Okay, so this is probably what we want. We want to definitely send back a list of objects, a list of map string object. That sounds good to me. And let's see what the person does here in order to get app data, included app icon. All right, so now we jump into get app data. We highlight included app icon and they do package manager get application info. Okay, and then they turn it into a string and they put that string, they put the string in, compress it, and then they decode the image when it comes back. So I think we're gonna do that as well because that makes our lives easy. And also, oh shoot, I really should have. Does this save the back? Oh yes, it resaves the backed history because I want to. I think what I do want to copy is the structure of the list into a map with string object. Does object work in this case? Does it take any object here? It does. Okay. Okay, and the object here for them, let's see. It is get app data. This is get app data. And here is map string object. Map string and object. The thing is, they don't ever use an object. They, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Because this is always going to be a string. This is always going to be a string, so why do they need to make it a map string object? Outside of the fact that it's probably good for JSON objects. I don't think there's a need to. It's probably easy to parse, for sure. So let's see. If we wanted to, maybe Figma might be a good place to do this. Should I do it in Figma? We'll put a new section here. We'll put here. Testing playground. Okay. So this will be our playground that we do things in, and all right, we just have this. All right. Is there an easy way to fill this with Okay, I don't really understand. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how the best way to design this is. Like, is there a way to add a border? Maybe? Any way to add a border? This is the stroke. Okay, that is not what I want. Alright, whatever. We'll just do this. And we'll have app image string. And this will be app name, since it's kind of separate. And we'll do what's left? Usage time. We also need to do like daily usage time. But I guess once we, yeah. Oh no, for daily usage time, all we have to do is do day of year and or field number for indicating the day number within the current year. Oh, this is subtract 5 days. Oh, so you just subtract 1 day. Oh, perfect. So that gets the daily amount that's alive of the current day. We should actually have it be, how do we, all right, we have to add a note here. Need to check that the time check goes back to 12 a.m. midnight. So when it says that the calendar goes back 1 day, I don't want it to be a full 24 hours. Like if it's 9 a.m., I only want it to go back 9 hours up till the time usage from midnight to 9 a.m. So I'm just going to write that so I don't forget. So for example, if it's 9 a.m., we should only have, 9 a.m., we should only have data for 9 hours. Okay, so we have to double check on that later, but just something that came in mind. So this is daily usage time, and that still fits pretty. And these are all going to be strings. These are all strings, and what I'm guessing is that there needs to be like something that's like, I don't know, this kind of, and This is a weird color. Maybe something like this. Okay, so this is gonna be in there, or these are all gonna be fit in together, and this one thing should have an object. So this should be list. Should it be a list? Should this be a list? Do I want it to be a list? What are other things that I can do? I can make a class. I can make a class, but I don't really know. I believe I found some data. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see if I could find documentation that I had for understanding installed apps. Maybe this? Convert objects list to JSON strings? No, this is just Dart and Flutter. Oh, here. Platform channels. Okay, let's see how we can... So this is generally the state of like architecturally how you can work between two different platform channels. And right now we are in the Android section. So now we need to figure out how exactly we're going to pass an object back. Oh, here, cool. There's a following table that shows how Dart values are received on the platform side and vice versa. So a map, a hash map, will be converted into a map. That's easy enough, right? The only thing that's left is, do I just want this to be a list of 3 values, or do I want a class? I don't think I can make custom classes. Custom classes in platform specific code, Flutter. I don't think this is a good, I don't think I should even, I don't think I should really consider this. I don't think it's, I think that there's a reason why there's specific, like, yeah, there's a standard platform channel that uses standard message codec to support efficient binary serialization of simple JSON values. So essentially, if we wanted to do a custom class object in Kotlin, what we would do is we would create a class object, we would convert it into a JSON object, and then we would decode that JSON object on Flutter side, similar to how we are going to encode an image and then decode the image. But I think that that is just way too much work. I've already done a bunch of JSON deserialization work just within Flutter, and it was a headache. And I feel like this is something that maybe I can come back to if I want to make the code cleaner, but right now it doesn't really matter if I do. I should just try and get this done. So we will go with, let's go with a list of values, a list of strings, which means that the the map, so this is going to be a map, just a normal map, and this is going to be a let's see, what do we want it to be? We want it to be an app name that has a list of strings, right? That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. There's associated values. There's associated values with each string there. And going back to this, they do a string object. Is that what eventually pops all the way back up? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Fetch installed. What exactly happens here? Is this a callback? It is. I think this is the whole thing. Okay, yeah, it is the whole thing. So this is a callback that gets passed in with fetch installed app. I see, and it just returns app at the end of it with a list of map string object. Map string object. Kotlin is the object class, the same as dynamic in Flutter. All right. It seems like object is a root class. So I don't want to do an object like how they were doing it, because it doesn't really make any sense to me. All right, so let's try this out. This goes here, get installed app, and then we go here, and then get installed app becomes an array list with apps.size, and the map that's added to installed app is a map of string object that's done here, that goes in get app data. Okay, so here they have a string where the string is app data constant. I see. So this is just a string of different values here. I see. So each index in the array is summed up to a map that has all these values. And essentially, if you want one of those values, you would go into the map. You would get the map string object, and then you would say, okay, get me this. Like, get me the package name. Where package name is just package name here. And you can retrieve it that way. Is that smart? It's pretty smart. I would probably do a a map of string and string, and we can do it that way. What is the best way to format this? No, this is that guy's correct, because we would want to make sure that once we have an app object or a thing that represents an app, that we can jump into this thing that represents an app and go into any of the properties that would be identified with a map to a string, where the key is the property and the value is that value for the string, or for the key. So if the key is a package name, then the string would be the name of the package. If the string is icon, like we're looking for an icon, then it would output the icon. Yes. And that would make it easy. So what we would want to return here is a list of map think something like this. A list of a map of string. And okay, so let's do map dot put label, or let's do why is this? What am I doing wrong here? It says map dot put. Oh, I see. I'm not using a hash map. Hash map. Why isn't this working? Time to go to Bard. I have. All right, let's see if we can get AI to help us out here. Oh, it's not a mutable map. Sorry. I don't understand what is going on. The reason why the put method is only available for mutable map. Oh, it's still not a mutable map. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I see. String mutable map of should be converted to assignment? What does that mean? What does this mean? Oh, I see. Alright, so package name. What else did we say? Package name, daily usage time. We'll come up with constants for this later, but right now, just gonna focus on doing this. And map icon. And this is equal to what we had, or what this guy had. Drawable icon equals this. So we'll have a little bit of logic. This is going to complain probably. Package info. All right, we would want this here. And we would want this. There's so many different. Whoa, this person made their own encoding. Do we really need to do all of this? Do we really need to do all of this? get bitmap, they compress the format. I don't think I need to do this. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it in here. I have this in Kotlin. How do I convert this into a string? That can be decoded back into an image later. Alright, so you can use the bitmap to byte stream, converts into a byte stream, which can then be encoded. Okay, this is exactly what we want. And then we can decode this later, but we don't want to decode it in Kotlin. We want to decode it in somewhere else. I'm getting this error from this resource ID thing. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of copying and pasting code, and hopefully it'll work. Will it work? I don't know. Maybe. Create a local variable. That doesn't make any sense. Cannot find a variable. I'm just gonna search this one up. This one seems a little unrelated. What did this guy do? This is a little too confusing. See, I'm not sure how to write Kotlin code, so I'm just going to input this, input my code into AI, and say, and this line is broken. Can you fix it? I mean, this method is particularly good if you don't really know the language. I don't know Kotlin. I've never used Kotlin, so I'm not exactly sure. Oh, this is good. This looks good. Let's try this. It looks good, but it seems a little fake. It's already included. Maybe I should ask a more specific question, like, it says verify, check that the outdated Kotlin libraries. I don't have outdated Kotlin libraries. Uh, invalidate and restart cache. Invalidate and restart cache. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. For one, we'll do this to fix it, and we'll turn map. How do I invalidate cache here? Clear file system cache, and yeah, I guess it'll be that. We'll see if we can get this to work. Seems a little odd. Context.resources. I feel like it's still going to say that it's incorrect. Once it compiles. Give it a little bit more time. I'll try to keep on reading to figure out bitmap drawable dot get bitmap. All right, canvas. This person takes a canvas, like takes a drawable and makes it a canvas. All right, is it still broken? I cannot tell. It seems like it's still indexing, so we'll give it more time. It says 2 bitmap here, so it should work, but it's not. Kotlin's confusing. Kotlin's so confusing. And it's, I know, Kotlin isn't that confusing for all you Kotlin developers and users, but it's just, it is not making any sense to me right now. Oh, it's gonna say that there's a Gradle project sync in progress, and there's a current issue that I don't remember how to fix. There was like, it was like something so minute that I was like, oh, I won't run into this again. There's a way to fix this, and I forget how every time. It might be this. Yeah, it's Flutter clean and then synchronize. It's so silly. Flutter clean. And then we sync the project again. And hooray, it worked. And now we're running into the bitmap issue again. I don't know why. There's no 2 bitmap here. Let me see if I can find The 2-bitmap is only available on the bitmap class. Kotlin drawable 2-bit. Should I try this? Intrinsic width and intrinsic height don't work. This is not working. Oh. I'm so lost. Maybe this. After 10 years from my original answer. Drawable, if drawable. Okay, let's try this. Does this work? Okay, that seems to work. It seems a little weird, but we turn it into a bitmap drawable. Doesn't that mean that we could just... Why is this an unresolved reference, but this isn't? I guess there's certain that it has to be an abstract class. Is this an abstract class? This isn't an abstract class, this is a public class. So I don't understand why this is doable, but this isn't. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. That seems like it worked. So now we're gonna do this because we cleaned Flutter. Now we need to grab our dependencies back. And we're gonna run this. And there's a debug problem. What's the debug problem? Oh, I think it just wasn't finished yet. Let's try again. All right, cool. Oh, wow. All right. So the issue that we had was that we were trying to use a drawable object, and apparently now maybe you could have used drawable in the past, but now drawable is an abstract class. And abstract classes mean that you're supposed to use a subclass that defines the class, or defines the objects or the methods that are abstract in an abstract class in the subclass. Sorry if that's a little confusing, but essentially abstract classes are abstract. We're not supposed to use them. They are like ghosts. they are intangible, and it is our job as a developer to make them tangible. So whether it's a custom abstract class that we made or it's an abstract class that we're using from a library, we need to use classes that aren't abstract. And I seem to have broke something. Okay, mutable map, but not list of map. Okay. I'm gonna say for this, how do I convert a mutable map to a map? Oh, whoops. This is list.add. Let's do bar map list equals list of map string equal Why isn't this working? Oh, this should be equals. Okay. Hopefully that's better now. See if this works. So the issue there was that our the return object that we wanted didn't match what we wanted. Yeah, the we wanted to return a list of map string and we were still returning a list, and okay, I thought we crashed. Oh, I got scared. It's still building. And it's loading. But yeah, we weren't passing the right list array or list of map, and list of a hash map, I guess you could call it. And we'll see what we get here. Are we going to get anything here? Doesn't look like it. Maybe if we refresh, it might be an issue with restarting and permissions. Okay, it is definitely an issue with permissions. That's weird. It's like it only happens one time. I'm sure that if we stop this and we like app info, if we uninstall this app and we reopen it, or what do you call it? Even if we display over other apps. If we go into our settings and we do apps, we go to, I don't know, see all, maybe? Go to this one? How exactly do we go to the permissions? No permissions requested. Interesting. It's saying no permissions requested, but we very much do. Unresolved class. So it seems like there's some unresolved issues that's happening. This is very weird. We just had it working, and we definitely didn't change anything related to that logic. It's very interesting indeed. Focus up, configure Flutter engine. I mean, that means that it's checking if it's granted. And it's seeing if it's allowed. You know what? Let's just let's see what this value is like. Because maybe it's like I think what might be happening is the permission isn't enabled because it's the state of the permission being enabled isn't persisting between reruns. So it says it's allowed, you know? If we were to refresh it, would it show the information we want? Doesn't look like it. Now, is it going through this logic though? Why is this expecting to find? I mean, you can expect to find it, but it's right there. What's going on? What is going on? There's something weird happening in my code. Okay, it's working now. This is weird. It doesn't seem to be... Oh, maybe it's doing this. Maybe it's, Oh, yeah. Maybe the issue is that it's... It's not working. This is weird. This should be doing something, but it doesn't seem to be touching this section of code at all anymore. It is. Now if we step over, no print statement. Oh, am I in the wrong? I'm not in the wrong window. I'm just not. Oh, there was a search query, a search filter. I feel like an idiot. All right, idiot sandwich. Let's restart it. This is all right. It seems like okay. I think we still need to add this because this seems to be having some type of issue. We need to figure out. It's printing this, so it's failing. Android graphic drawable cannot be cast to bit drawable. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. All right, we can turn this back because it turned out that it wasn't a permission issue. I was just dumb, and we can, let's see. We're just gonna, let's try to do this. Get bitmap from drawable and have this. And we'll pass in that. Is that load icon? I don't think we need to load anything. This seems okay, right? This just gets the bitmap. So we skip grabbing the icon and we just pass it in. And let's see if this works. Excuse me. This is the hard part about developing stuff. You just don't know what's going on. You're experimenting with new classes. You're just kind of hacking away and playing around with things, trying to figure out if it works or not, and kind of praying that that it works well. But yeah, that's part of it. Let's see if oh, I think we did it. We're not all right. Let's go. Yes. Okay. We have a huge giant string. We have data restore. Okay. Well, we're getting a lot of data restore tools. Data restore tool. Can we get something besides data restore tools, please? Is this data? Oh no. Okay. Maybe a little too soon to celebrate. I wonder if what if we just do this? Will it I wonder if changing this to a default value, if we're going to get the same if we're going to get the same strings um like over and over again. Like I'm very curious to see if the only reason why we're getting that data tool entry is because the image is really big. It is. It is in a way. No, it's not. There's a problem with there's a problem with there's a problem with this. Why is this saying data restore tool? This doesn't make any sense to me because if we first off, if we do this, clean this up, clean this up. All right, let's just take this out because it keeps giving errors. All right, let's try to give this a go and see if we still get this weird data restore thing, which we shouldn't. Okay, so now we're getting this. We're getting all of the proper names. Huh. So, okay, so we're getting the proper names. And now if we do this, we don't get that. Now we'll get data tool. It must be something about casting objects. Something about casting objects is not going right. And it's only, this is the thing, it's only the package name. So weird. The package time is showing, right? Yeah, the package time is showing. There has to be something going on that's like manipulating values, because there's not even a change in numbers here. There's not even a change in numbers. All right. I'm not sure, guys, but I'm gonna try to continue this in a little bit, but kind of bumming that we couldn't end this video at a place where we found a solution, but sometimes it's gonna be that way. You just gotta continue on the next day. So I hope you guys liked the content. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked learning, if you liked hanging out, maybe coding along with me, and felt like you learned something, feel free to subscribe for some more content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for coming. Bye.